Good morning, everybody. Welcome to McGrath's School of Isshin-ryu, our Saturday morning workout. Today is Saturday, December 13th, 2014. It is now about 9:18 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. And we're waiting for our guests to join the hangout. We've invited a few folks. Let's see who shows up. And that I'm broadcasting live from Wake Forest, North Carolina. And shortly, I have sent out the links to a few guys, see who's going to join us this morning. I think Jacob's coming. Trey is coming. I don't know if Bobby will be here. I'm not sure if Greg will be here, but I did invite them. And that what we plan to do today is try to cover, what we try to do every Saturday morning is review the kata, the empty hand kata. We like to talk about the the positions of different fight scenarios, and then we also like to talk about the kata section of the curriculum, which are all the weapons: the bow kata, sai kata, tanfa kata, bobo kumite, and bosai kumite. So like the submissions, some of the takedowns. Some of the rollouts, arm drags, joint manipulation, joint locks, all of the things that come out of the kata, all the techniques that are present in the ippon kumite drills, which are the one-step attacks, which allows us to take a look at positioning our body when attacked. Where do we put our body? And then, of course, the most important thing is executing the technique. Once you position your body in the right spot, you want to be able to execute the techniques, whether it be control movements or strikes or whatever you're looking to accomplish. And that is most of the time trying to control your attackers. So this is what we look to do every Saturday morning. Go over the curriculum. Trey, once he joins us, he adds a lot of a dynamic to the workout because he's also involved in other styles of martial arts. Isshin-ryu is one of the things that he looks to pick up. He's about to join us. Yeah, there he is. There's Trey. Yes, good morning, Sifu. How are you?
Great, Sensei. How about you?
I'm blessed, man. I'm having a great day so far today.
Okay, awesome. Sorry I'm a bit late joining in. I got hung up and didn't have any way to contact you.
No problem. Like I said before, no rush. Today's workout, basically, as I was just saying, now that you've joined us, one of the things that we look to achieve here on Saturday mornings, first and foremost, is to document our Isshin-ryu curriculum. And over time, what we've been able to achieve is share with the loyal listeners and the people that check into the YouTube channel. They like to see, how we break down the curriculum, such as basic exercises, kata, the Kabuto curriculum, going over the hand-to-hand combat, all of the inherent jitsu, such as the arm drags, takedown, submissions, all of the breaks that are in the katas, attacking the joints, control movements, rollouts, setting up a fight logistically. If you get attacked, one of the comments that I get on these shows here is that we're very informative about trying to get our message out there about control movements, because it sort of eliminates the fact that you can do a lot of damage. And in today's world, if you hurt somebody, 9 chances out of 10, whether you're right or wrong, you're probably going to get sued, and you're probably going to go to court and justify your actions. So it's very important that we teach the students. Last night's class, we had the little 11-year-old here, Jack, and you know, being so young and being around the inherent jitsu of Isshin-ryu is very exciting to the youngster, because he's learning, one, how to behave, two, how to apply these techniques to both, you know, me and, you know, the other students that come to class, Jacob being, you know, one of them. Last night he got to do some work on the ground that, again, he's only 11 years old, but it just goes to show you, and it reinforces the fact that you don't need strength. You need to learn the technique. Once you learn the technique, that strength gets eliminated, but it's not really required. And if you look at some of the comments on some of the past shows on these Saturday morning workouts, you can see that whether they are experienced martial artists or novice or beginners, or they don't have any idea about martial arts, you know, when we explain the stances, when we go over our posture, you can see that the comments that they make, that's one of the reasons why we keep doing these, because we're getting a positive feedback from the community. Now, let me just break away for a second, because I want to share this with you. I sent a personal invitation out to Kwaksifu, and he's going to join us on a radio program, Modern Combat Masters.
Wow,
this is a great honor. Having your instructor. We should also tell our listeners that Trey Woodford Sifu is a student of Samuel Kwok Sifu of Ip Man's Wing Chun. So having him and getting a yes from him is very exciting, because having him on the program is like having martial arts royalty on the program. So we're very, very excited about our yes from Kwok Sifu, that he will be joining us on Modern Combat Masters. So, you know, 2015 promises to be a wonderful year when it comes to having our brothers and sisters within the martial arts community on the program. So the theme of 2015 for the program is going to be inviting our seniors onto the program and documenting their martial arts journey, their life, their teachings, their style, students, any workshops they're doing, seminars they're running. Now, as you know, Kwok Sifu is very, very involved globally, not just in one area, but globally. That man travels the globe and is the conduit for Ip Man's Wing Chun. So again, to have him on, to get a yes from him, and knowing that in 2015 he's going to join us on our program is a great, great honor, and also a privilege. So I just wanted to put that out there, so anyone between now and the time that Kwok Sifu joins us on the program will be privy to the fact that he's going to join us, and that when I make up the marquee for that show and I blast out that link, I can only imagine who's going to be on the program that night, because he does have a tremendous following around the world. And the wonderful thing about internet blog talk radio on docradio.net is that the program can be listened to and be interactive around the globe. Doesn't matter where you are. However, the time frame, since we air at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time every Wednesday night, based on where Kwak Sifu is that day. If he's in England or if he's wherever he is in the world, we'll have to work out the time difference. But he is aware of that. You know, he has already agreed to join us on the program, and he knows that it airs every Wednesday night at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So he will make provisions for the time difference wherever he is in the world, which is so generous of him because if he is overseas, if it's 9 o'clock here on the eastern seaboard of the United States, and let's say he is in England, you know, there's a 6-hour time difference between here and England. So, again, for him to have said yes to us is really a great honor and a privilege. So, we're very excited about that.
And he's just so tireless in his promotion of Ip Man's Kung Fu. Just traveling the globe, taking very little time off, very little personal time.
Well, you know, again, Sifu, that's the one thing about getting a yes from a gentleman like Sifu, because not only am I a big fan of Ip Man's Wing Chun, but he is one of the senior guys on the planet who is the conduit for Ip Man's Wing Chun. So it's very exciting. You know, like I said, he's like martial arts royalty. So having said that and getting a yes from him has just put a big smile on my face this morning. So getting to business, let's document for everybody's knowledge the katas of the Isshin-ryu curriculum, so that everybody knows, you know, what we're talking about and what our lesson is about today. So, as a newbie in the system, someone new coming into the system, whether you have martial arts experience or not, you should know these things about our curriculum. The first kata that we share with the students is called Seisan. Seisan is a staple of all Okinawan martial arts because it is a kata that is part of or I should say is a required kata for you to learn, no matter what style you practice. If the style comes from Okinawa, there is some version of Seisan in your style, whether it be in the Kihon kata application broken down into, you know, sections, because there are 13 different sections in Seisan kata, or you could, you know, practice a version of Seisan that resembles what we do here in Isshin-ryu. Okay, so Seisan is the first empty hand kata that the new students learn as a white belt. Now, keep in mind, Shimabuku Tatsuo Sensei understood that this kata is actually a black belt kata. So, in other styles, Goju-ryu, Shorin-ryu, Shito-ryu, any of the Ryu styles on the island have designated this kata as a black belt kata. We're no different here at Isshin-ryu. It's just that we teach it to the beginners because it is a staple of the foundation architecture of what Shimabuku Sensei developed. The little enhancements that he made that sets Isshin-ryu apart from some of the other systems that are very, very popular on the island of Okinawa. The second kata that we share with the students is a kata called Seiyuchin. Again, a staple of karate on the island of Okinawa. This kata exists in, again, many of the root styles on the island. The third kata that we go over is a kata called Nihonchi. Nihonchi is also a very, very popular kata in all of the systems. So we get this wonderful pattern of movements. Picture this. Picture your back against the wall, and you're getting attacked from the front. You're getting attacked from the sides. And the movements that you perform in the kata help you to be successful in a fight should you get attacked from the front or the sides. Okay, so that's Nihonchi kata. There is a stance that is very unique in the Nihonchi kata, and it takes a lot of practice to perfect. You have to be, you have to do it, you know, over and over and over again to really set your footwork into a pattern that you can find a level of comfort. So again, it is a kata that it's very popular. It belongs to not only Isshin-ryu, but all of the systems, all of the styles that exist on the island of Okinawa. Everybody practices this kata, Nihonchi. Now the next kata, I call it the working man's kata. Why? Well, one of the names that go associated with this kata is strong wrist. Yeah, so it has a following and a call out and a designation of when you perform this kata, it's referred to as strong wrist. Okay, and the name of the kata is called wansu. Again, I call it the working man's kata because it is a blue collar kata. It is it's a very strong kata. When you learn it and you learn the inherent jitsu of wansu in a fight, there is a lot of little nuances that you can pull out of this kata to help save your butt. Okay, so wansu to me, you know, when I learned it. From the time I learned it until now, I continue to practice it with an open mind. And all these years later, I'm still learning from all my katas, but wansu, you know, definitely provides me with opportunity to expand as a martial artist. So it's a very good kata. The next kata. We have two katas in our dojo that we highlight, and this next one, Shinto, is one of them. Shinto provides, my sensei Ed McGrath told me that Shinto, when you learn the kata Shinto, you're actually learning a complete system of karate. Shinto encompasses all of the things that you need to learn and perform with the level of proficiency that it is an entire curriculum. So this one kata, Shinto, study it and perfect it over time, and it will provide you with a result that is above reproach. It is just an awesome display of how you can control another human being in a fight. All right, so Shinto, you know, it's our fifth kata. It's the fifth kata that we teach to the students. And by the time you learn this kata, you are what I call a well-rounded karateka, because you don't get to Shinto in our dojo unless you have, unless you can display, you know, certain principles of the Isshin-ryu curriculum. Okay, you have to be able to be proficient at wansu, so that when you get to Shinto, you've got your stances down. Because now we're going to introduce now another stance to you in this kata, and it is, you know, Shinto dachi. Okay, it is a stance that, as my sensei said, if you learn this kata, you won't always have to run away when or you won't always have to go backwards when somebody attacks you, which is a great thing in a fight. Okay, so
that's one of the principal that's one of the principal aspects we highlight in Wing Chun as well.
well, you know, Sifu, if you have to continue to go backwards every time you're attacked, you might trip. I mean, you might trip and fall and cause yourself to go to the ground because you're trying to get away from an attack. It's inherent. I mean, I do it myself. When the students attack me, if I can get away by going backwards, I do. Okay, but that's part of my practice. Another part of my practice is to try to stand my ground, evade and protect, get my feet in a position where I can break your center and get you to the ground and try to control you with an arm drag or some type of joint lock or submission, or whether it be a choke or, you know, like I said, an arm drag, something. I think that it is, when you learn Shinto and you learn, you know, the bunkai of, or I should say the basic bunkai of what Shinto offers, you know, now you're starting to become an experienced karateka because Shinto is not easy to perform. It's a difficult kata. You know, um, when I say difficult, what I mean is it is, you know, it is a very advanced kata. You know, you really have to practice and know your logistics and your stances and your breathing and your posture. You know, when you get to Shinto, usually you're coming up for brown belt because it is required, you know, to be a Sankyu here, which is our 3rd degree brown belt. And again, it's a highlight of our dojo. So once we get you to Shinto, we're very excited about your progress because it would indicate that you've done very well up to that point. Because if we're ready to share Shinto with you, you're getting pretty good. Okay, so the next kata, amazing kata. Okay, it's called Kusanku. Kusanku is a kata that goes back 600-700 years. Okay, it's been around a long, long time. It's a very old kata. Okay, comes from China. Okay, comes from its roots come from China. Kusanku is known as a night fighting kata. At night, when it's dark. Okay, and it has this inherent jitsu in it that when you learn it, now you really start to look like a martial artist because you're doing things in the kata that would reflect how you think about fighting, because you're creating diversions. You're very deceptive in your approach. So again, I can't say enough about the kata. It's a wonderful, wonderful kata. Again, very demanding on you though. If you're not in the best of shape sometimes, doing kusanku, because of what you have to do in the kata, could make you look like you're out of shape. Okay, so that's the wonderful thing. I mean, about the kata is that you have to have a certain level of proficiency to do the movements and do them in earnest. You know, where you're executing the techniques with the full intention of its jitsu. You know what the opportunity is in the kata. So it's wonderful. Now, the next kata. So far, all the katas that I've mentioned come from other styles. Seisan, Seiyuchin, Nahanchi, Wansu, Shinto, Kusanku. They all come from other styles. We have put our stamp on those katas because our founder, Shimabuku Tatsuo Sensei, sort of rearranged the architecture of the stances, where you put your hands in chamber, um, the heel toe configuration of not having a wide stance. So when you see the Kusanku kata done by other styles, and then you see it done by an Isshin-ryu practitioner, you will see the nuances that Shimabuku Sensei put out there for us to practice. And again, Isshin-ryu, this January 15th, will be, I think, 59 years old. Because I'm 55, I was born 59, and the style was January 15th, 1956. So I think it's we're going to be 59 years old this coming January. So we are basically a modern style, something that was developed in modern times. Whereas, you know, some of the other styles on the island of Okinawa have been around for many, many.
Right.
Since we are virtually a new style, Shimabuku Sensei took some of the best techniques out of the other katas that I just mentioned, and he built this kata called Sun Tzu. Sun Tzu is the only kata in our curriculum that belongs to Isshin-ryu. Now, as I said, it is comprised of other katas: Seisan, Seiyuchi, Nahanchi, Wansu, Shinto, Kusanku. There's elements of all of those katas in Sun Tzu. But again, since Sun Tzu is our possession, it belongs to Isshin-ryu, okay? We get to do this kata that there is a distinct message in this kata from the founder. When I first learned this kata many years ago, I sought to find a way to find what message the founder wanted me to recognize in this kata. And it took a long time to really dissect the kata, to take all the moves out of the kata. Once I charted them, and I practiced them over and over and over again, one day it hit me. And this is the message that I get out of the kata. Now, I'm not speaking for anybody else, I'll speak for myself. The fact that all of the movements that make up Sun Tzu come from other katas, and they're reinforced in a position in the kata from the way the kata starts and how it actually makes progress through the kata. The message that I got from the founder was, keep the integrity of the Isshin-ryu nuances that I put forth in the curriculum, and over time, as your body gets older and you can't do certain things anymore because you got old and your body is just not as resilient as it was when it was younger, this kata helps you build your level of proficiency as you get older. Because it's such a long kata and there's so many different movements in the kata. Now keep in mind, he had to try to cover all the other empty hand katas in this one kata. So it's a long kata. It has a lot of movements in it. But the result and the benefit that you get from doing the kata, as a youngster, of course, you know, you're strong and you have all the, you know, the resiliency in your muscles and in your bone structure. Well, as you get older, I'm 55, I'm still fighting. I mean, I got a nice shiny here from fighting last night, okay? Your body starts to break down a little bit, all right? Well, this kata because of the inherent jitsu, because of the breathing, because of the rigorous workout in the kata, it helps keep you in shape. It really does. So remember before I said there's two katas that we highlight in our dojo. One is Shinto, and of course the other is Sun Tzu, because it's ours. Okay, so we really, practice that kata here. We really take it apart. We do drills with each movement in the kata. We expand the bunkai. Of course, we have a basic bunkai. Every kata has a basic bunkai. But once you start getting students that really get into the exchange of bunkai, you start to, you start to talk about all the what ifs. What if this? What if I did this? What if I positioned myself here? What if I, took this kind of an approach? Okay. So again, we do that with all the katas, but Shinto and Sun Tzu are the two katas that we really focus on because you get a tremendous result. The benefit of learning it and learning it well really serves a great purpose to all karateka in the system, male or female. And it also doesn't matter what age. Okay, so now let me talk about the last kata. The last kata is called Sanchin. Again, Sanchin on Okinawa, they call it Sanchin, but in different areas of the world and in different styles, they have different names for this kata. We, on the other hand, call it Sanchin because it's the three battles. Sanchin is known as the kata of three battles. Okay, it's a very simple kata to perform, not very many movements, but what the kata does is it prepares your body to get hit. Okay, obviously in the fight, you're probably going to get knocked around a little bit. Okay, well, having this concept, this I call it body armor. To me, Sanchin provides with a body armor everywhere. So the value and the result and the benefit of doing this kata over time, you cannot put a price on it. Now, it's not something that you're going to get in a month. This kata takes a little bit of time to work its magic within the human body. But once you get it, once you really practice this kata over time, again, the result that you get from it is incredible. When I put on my Sanchin and I have the students kick me and punch me, one of the results, and I should say the common denominator is, Sensei, how can you take that kind of punishment? I mean, we're kicking you and punching you as hard as we can, and it's not affecting you. Well, I mean, it affects me. I'm human. But I can continue. That's the result you get from doing Sanchin. You're human, sure you're going to get hurt, okay? But you can continue, okay? And most of the bruises, if you do get bruised, will be superficial bruises. You know what I mean? You will heal from them. It has protected my midsection, my ribs, because in karate you get hit a lot, okay? Even when you practice, not so much in the live fighting, but when you practice, when you do your ippon, if you do them in a way that you're not practicing real, when you fight on the street, it's going to come out like that. It's not going to be real. So when you do your ippon, you have to do them with some degree of effectiveness, okay? Otherwise, as I said, when you're going to do it on the street, the way you practice is the way you fight. So if you don't practice properly, you're not going to fight properly, okay? And at this dojo, knowing the reputation of my sensei, kata Kata is important. It is the foundation of our karate. But we practice the way we practice to be good fighters. Okay? So that has been his reputation since day one. All of the students that have come through this dojo that Sensei McGrath has trained, the ones that went on to become black belts anyway, are good fighters. You know, he made us into good fighters. So practicing this this one kata, sanchin, puts you with a dynamic that is unmatched in all of martial arts. There is, if you talk to any martial artist that knows this kata and has been doing this kata over time, they will reaffirm what I'm saying, and that is the benefit you get, again, is like body armor. It's like wearing a steel, you know, chest plate. It's like wearing steel over your legs. You know, it's that effective, okay? So let's just call out those 8 empty hand katas again. Seisan, Seiyuchin, Nihonchi, Wansu, Chinto, Kusanku, Sunsu, Sanchin. Those are the 8 empty hand katas that are required to be taught in the Isshin-ryu curriculum. Okay? Let's talk briefly about the names of our Kabuto katas. We won't go into detail, but I want in this workout session, I want the katas of Isshin-ryu documented, so that anybody who watches this hangout in the future will at least get the names of the katas that we are required to teach as instructors within the Isshin-ryu style. So the Kabuto katas of Isshin-ryu are, in the Bo katas we teach Tokumini no Kun first. Oh, wait. In the Kabuto katas, we have to teach you how to handle weapons. Now we have 3 weapons that 3 primary weapons that we use here: bow staff, sai, and tuifa. I have to teach you a kihon kata for each one of those weapons. I have to teach you how to handle the weapons. I got to teach you how to transition from side to side. I have to teach you how to block. I have to teach you how to strike. So in that, we have developed a kihon bo kata, a kihon sai kata, and a kihon tuifa kata. They're not formal katas in the curriculum, but somehow I have to teach you, especially the youngsters, how to handle a weapon. So what Sensei McGrath did was he gave us a little kihon kata with our empty hand basic exercises to get us stepping, blocking, and punching properly. Well, he did the same thing with the Kabuto katas to get the youngsters used to handling a weapon, knowing that a sai can be very, very dangerous for a youngster to handle. And if the youngster drops the sai and it lands on their foot, they can get a serious injury from that. So we spend a considerable amount of time. In Jacob's case, it's been a year that he's been practicing the kihon katas, kihon kabuto katas, so that now, excuse me, let me take a sip. So that now, once we start him on Tokumini no Kun, he'll have a great understanding of, how to handle the weapon, how to transition the weapon from side to side, how to do blocks, how to do strikes, how to do the stances. So now now that I said that we will teach you the 3 kihon kata, which is a beginning. Kihon means beginner, like a sample. Kihon means basic, very, very. It's structured in a way that it's not so advanced that it's difficult to learn. Let me put it that way. So that's what kihon means. So now that I've told you that we give you 3 basic Kihon katas to get you ready to start to learn the Kabuto curriculum, I'll name those katas now. Tokumini no Kun is the first bow kata we teach. It's a tough kata. It's got a lot of movements in it, and it requires the students. Very demanding. Okay. The next kata that we teach is called Yurashi no Kun. Yurashi, again, is a very, very in-depth kata with the bow. It's an advanced kata. Okay. The next, or the final kata that we teach in the Kabuto bow kata is Shishi no Kun. Okay. Now, all 3 katas that I just mentioned are recognized as formal Kabuto katas, both here in the United States and abroad, but especially on the island of Okinawa, okay, which is the birthplace of our martial art. So that they recognize that that the Isshin-ryu practitioners do all 3 of these katas is very significant. Okay. Now moving on to the Sai kata, there is one Sai kata here that the Japanese government and it's the governing body. They don't recognize Kusanku no Sai as a formal Kabuto kata. Okay. But they do recognize Kian no Sai and as I said, Kusanku is one of the Sai katas that we teach, but that's not recognized as a formal kata. Kian no Sai is. And again, it also exists in other systems, that kata, Kian no Sai. So we have 3 Sai kata. Kusanku no Sai. Kian no Sai is another kata that we teach. And that when we learn those katas, excuse me 1 second, I just have to blow my nose.
Okay.
It's really bothering me. Yeah, it was really bothering me. I had to. We had a fight night last night, and I got knocked around pretty good. So my nose is a little sore. I got a little bit of a black eye, and my arms and legs are just so sore from doing all the the joint locks, and I can barely pick my arms up. I just want to reiterate something. I just want to make sure I get it right. All right. So, in talking about the Sai kata again, excuse me for that. Kusanku no Sai, Kian no Sai, and Chatanyara no Sai. Those are the 3 Sai katas that we teach here. Keeping in mind that we do show you a Kihon kata to get you ready to be able to do these katas. Okay. So let's go over them again. You have Tokumini no Kun, which is a bow kata. You have Yurashi bow, Yurashi no Kun, which is also a bow kata. And then you have Shishi no Kun, which is our final bow kata that we teach. We have Kusanku no Sai, which again is not recognized as a formal kata, but it is part of the Isshin-ryu Kabuto katas. You have Kian no Sai and Chatanyara no Sai. Okay, so far we got 6 katas on the table in our Kabuto curriculum. The next kata we teach is a kata called Hamahiga no Chuifa. And it is a Chuifa kata, very, very highly effective kata. Okay. Um, by the time you get to learning that kata, you're probably already a black belt here, because it is a kata that requires, again, it's a very demanding kata, and you have to have a certain level of proficiency to not only understand the principles of the kata, but you have to be proficient at your stepping, at your striking, at all of the things that you need to be able to perform the kata properly. Okay, so 9 chances out of 10, you're either a first-degree brown belt here, which really is a black belt. It's just that we're grooming you for Shodan, and that once you become a Shodan, in order for you to get your next rank, which is second-degree black belt, Nidan, you have to have Hamahiga. So like I said, you're probably already a black belt here when you learn that kata. I will expose it to you as a Nikyu, a second-degree brown belt, and I'll get the principles ready. As you go to EQ, you will have the basic architecture of the kata. Once you become Shodan, you will learn the formal movements. That's what I'm saying. It's not that we don't teach it to you as a Q rank. We do, but we have to get you ready. And because it is a very involved kata, we want you to have a level of proficiency so that when you learn and perform the kata, you look like you know what you're doing. Okay, so again, let's also talk about now, there are 2 more katas that are available for you to learn. So once we teach you the bow kata and we teach you the sai kata, we want you to get ready to learn how to fight with those weapons. So what we do is we teach you a bobo kumite kata, kabuto kata, and we teach you a bow sai kabuto kata, so that you can fight against somebody with a bow and you can fight against somebody with a sai. So one guy's got a sai, one guy's got a bow. Then in the other kata, both have a bow. So that gives us now a grand total of 8 empty hand katas, 6 formal kabuto katas, and 2 bobo kumite and bosai kumite. So we have a total of 17 katas in our curriculum that we teach. Again, knowing that Kusanku no Sai is not a formal kata on the island of Okinawa, we still teach it regardless, because it is part of our curriculum. Now notice we have a Kusanku empty hand kata and we have a Kusanku no Sai kabuto kata. So there's the correlation between the if you look at if I played the 2 katas for you right here on the YouTube, you would see that they're very similar. One is empty hand, and one you have a weapon in your hand. So it is a very you can see the continuity of the 2, whether it be empty hand or with a with a weapon in your hand. So it is very significant to us as Isshin-ryu practitioners, because we get to learn it both. We get to learn the empty hand kata as well as the kabuto kata. All right, so now I basically have documented, the formal Isshin-ryu katas, whether they be empty hand or weapons. So now you have the names of all the katas, the formal names. Now you can look this up. This stuff is all available online. So everything I'm saying here is 100%. I'm not, I'm not using anything here that is not common knowledge. All right, so everything I've mentioned so far, if you go to an Isshin-ryu dojo, the names of the katas that I just mentioned should be fluent. You should have no ambiguity whatsoever. All right. Now coming up on our birthday, January 15th, for the Isshin-ryu system, as I said before, I think we'll be 59 years old coming this year, 59 or 60. What is the math? 1956 to 2015. What is that math? I think it's 55, 56 years.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
59 years. So, again, we're virtually a new style, very modernized, very simple to learn, very, very highly effective. When we had Professor Cates on our program, Modern Combat Masters, a few weeks ago, he spoke about, yes, the style was born and developed on the island of Okinawa, but most of the students, I'm not saying that Tatsuo Shimabuku Sensei didn't have any Okinawan students, he did, but the majority of his students were United States Marines. They brought the karate home with them, back to the United States. So, and from there, not only did our sensei, not only did our American sensei come back to the United States, but some of them moved to other countries and began teaching Isshin-ryu in other countries. So those first generation students, United States Marines, did a great job for Shimabuku Tatsuo Sensei by being the conduit of that curriculum, not only here in the United States, but worldwide. Okay, so very significant when it comes to the work of those first generation students. Because, again, not only were they United States Marines, but when they brought the curriculum back to the States, they trained black belts here, and some of those black belts now have gone on to train black belts, and those black belts have gone on to train black belts in that 59 or 60 year span. So we're very grateful for that. And then not only did they take it to our shores, but as I said before, some of those sensei now have moved out of the United States and are continuing to teach the Isshin-ryu curriculum worldwide. So good stuff. You know, that's real good stuff. Now, last night I was on making the connection with Soki Hassan Khalik, who is the inheritor of Dr. Powell's Sanukusru. He is the president of the Kuroshi Taikan organization, the family of Sanukusru organization. Last night we spoke about this, that in kata, when you perform kata over time, once you learn the movements as a beginner and you continue to practice kata over time, in our minds as practitioners, long-time practitioners now, you know, over, as Soki said, you know, most of the people on the wire last night were at least a half a century old. So, as practitioners of that age group, kata serves us in many, many different ways. Not only to help us teach our students how to apply the inherent jitsu that's in the kata, but it helps keep us in shape, helps keep our level of proficiency up, helps keep us fluent, active, and provides all of these qualities to a human being that by doing the succession of movements, you get this wonderful benefit from it. So, having said that, I'm going to take a quick break now, and I'm going to gather up some others to try to come into the hangout. You'll still be able to hear me, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to minimize this screen, and I'm going to look for a couple of people that have been messaging me on Facebook, Trey being one of them. I see his message that he's here. Okay, so Trey's with us. Let's see if I can get some more people while we're taking a break to come and join us. I'll send Jacob another invitation because he said he would join us.
Okay, let me grab some water while you're doing that.
Yes, please, Seafood. Take a break because we've been on about an hour now so far. I guess I'll send Jacob a message. Let's see if I can get Greg in here. Gregory will join us. Yeah, we'll take a quick break. Let everybody go to the bathroom, maybe get a sip of water. And then we'll start to hit up on some of the techniques. Oh, and I'd like to put this out there too. As I mentioned at the top of the program, that in the year 2015, Modern Combat Masters is going to be, the theme of 2015 is going to be getting our seniors onto the program and documenting their life and their martial arts journey and their teachings. One of the people that's going to join us is Chuck Merriman Sensei. I spoke to him yesterday. He called me here in North Carolina from his home in Arizona. And, you know, having Merriman Sensei on the program is like having my sensei on the program. He's one of those. He's from that ilk. He's from that era. So we're very, very, very excited to have Kwak Sifu, Merriman Sensei. All these guys are going to be. I even reached out to, believe it or not, Yamada Sensei. Yamada Sensei, again, is like Kwak Sifu. He's martial arts royalty. I mean, Yamada Sensei randoried with and was a student of Ueshiba Sensei, the founder of Aikido. So, you know, we're very, very excited about, you know, the opportunities of bringing these seniors onto the program and sharing their stories with us live on the program. So we'll see. 2015 promises to be a great year for me in martial arts because, you know, as the inheritor of a lineage at McGrath's School of Isshin-ryu, you know, I get this privilege to speak to people like Yamada Sensei, like Kwak Sifu. I mean, you know, I'm a kid in the candy store when it comes to that. Can you imagine having Kwak Sifu on the program talking to us about Ip Man Wing Chun Kung Fu? Give me a break, all right? All right, nothing comes up. So let me say, go to your email and the link is there. Try that. Yeah, sometimes when I do the link from here, let's see if I can. I gotta try to get him in here by getting the link. He's having a little problem getting into the Hangout, and I think it's because I have to send it to him this way, fellas. Just 1 second. Let me do this to see if I can get the youngster in here. Sign in. What's the sign in? Let's see. How else can I get him in here? Well, technology is a great thing when it works, but when it doesn't, it's a real pain in the neck. Let's see if I can go here. If you go to Google, Jacob. You. The link is up. So anybody who wants to join it, if they go to my Google page, they'll be able to just click right on the link. It says he's having a problem signing in, so it could be because of the way I sent the link. But anyway, I'm going to use the men's room just so that when I come back, we'll be ready. All right? So excuse me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm just going to use the men's room. Stay tuned. Nice coffee. Oh, that's better. Let's see, who do we have here now? Who's coming to join us? Let's see how we do this here, Uncle Jacob. All right, Sifu. Let's see. How do we do this here? Okay, so we'll do it like that. We'll put that there. Post that to Twitter. Let's see what he says. Nothing works, he says. Nothing's working. He's trying. The kid's trying to get in to the hangout, but I don't know what the problem could be. He says nothing's working, so it's okay. I'm just wondering if there's others out there trying to get into the hangout and they can't. That does worry me. But it's usually very simple. You usually go right to my channel and click on and you're in. But let me try this. Let me add him here and see if this will work. Yeah, I'll send him the invitation here. How did you get on, Sifu? Did you?
I just clicked the link from my Google Plus. I mean, not link, but the notification. Let me pull it up here on my screen so I can.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I pulled up my notifications and I clicked on the
Link.
join hangout from there.
Yeah. That's how it usually works, Sifu. I mean, it's usually that simple to get into the hangout. Let me give him this. Maybe he can use this. Let me get him back here a second. I'll try this. I'll give him this link. This is the link to my page. Okay. And then let's do this now so that we don't toggle back and forth, and that it stays on my screen so that you can see me. Let's do this here. Let's make sure that we have everything in order. Let me go here. I'm going to raise you up a little bit. I'm going to raise me up a little bit. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to raise the volume a little bit so that we get good audio quality on the playback. Good morning, Dan.
You ready to break down there?
Yeah, I'll help you. As soon as this is over, I'll come out and help you and start cleaning up. My son has he has to be a DJ today. He's working a party over in the subdivision here. So we're going to take down, we're going to take down the equipment, get it cleaned up. And then I guess he's going to get a ride with one of the fellas, going to come pick him up, get the equipment over, get it set up. I think the party happens around 5:30, 6 o'clock tonight, but it's only 10:30 in the morning here. We'll see if we can get him ready. Here you go. Take a little photo for the take a little photo of Mr. Trey. These are little things that you can put with the Hangout photos of us. And yeah, it's nice. It's nice to build these little sessions because again, once I terminate the call, this gets archived now on my YouTube channel, and it'll always be there for us to have as a reference. So it's a great thing. It really is. Yeah, it's something for the ages, Trey. I mean, it's a wonderful thing. It really is. Technology. Had we had these things back in the 60s and 70s, it would be a great way for us to have a reference. But we just didn't have it back then, so no big deal.
Yeah.
Did I lose my camera?
No, you're kind of frozen right now.
Yeah, I think so. That's what it is. I'm kind of frozen is right. I may have to reestablish the, it's frozen. It won't let me out. All right, I'm going to end the broadcast and reestablish another link. So give me a moment.